Do you struggle with anxiety or want to help a coworker/colleague with their anxiety? Then stay tuned and I'll let you know 5 simple tips on how to overcome anxiety at work. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to discuss anxiety. Anxiety happens everywhere, including work, and sometimes this anxiety can prevent one from doing their job. So if you feel like you are struggling at your job, or you see a coworker/colleague struggling with their job, it could be a result of anxiety. So before I begin with the 5 tips on how to deal with anxiety, I'm going to talk about what anxiety feels like to one experiencing anxiety. So I'm going to list these symptoms. It is important to understand that not everyone's going to experience anxiety the same. A lot of people are going to experience anxiety differently, so it's very important to talk to one that is experiencing anxiety and see how they're feeling and how it's affecting their job in order to help them. Also, it's important to understand what the symptoms you're feeling so you understand how to overcome those symptoms. So let's get into the 5 tips of how to control your anxiety at work. The first tip I can recommend to you guys is to stop being hard on yourself. Don't feel bad if you can't do a certain task that you're normally able to do. Just understand that you are doing the best you can, and as long as you guys spend each and every day working towards getting that task completed again, that's all you can ask for. Stop being hard on yourself. You are doing perfectly fine. Let's get into the second tip. The second tip I'm going to talk about is when you're having a hard time dealing with a coworker that increases your anxiety. This could be from various reasons, and one of them could be that you feel like this person is controlling your life and you have lost 100% control of your own life, which could actually trigger anxiety. So instead, you're going to fight back. You're going to be the powerful one, and you're going to come up with a saying or what you're going to say to this person when they come up to you and state the statement that causes the anxiety. For example, if a coworker always comes up to you every day saying you're doing a bad job, what you can do is come up with a game plan and being like, okay, next time this person says I'm doing a bad job, I'm going to be like, hey, why don't you start focusing on what you're doing rather than what I'm doing, because we all make mistakes. That's completely fine, but I feel like you're only focusing on me. Why don't you just stop focusing on me, focus on what you're doing? So when you're able to come back and you're able to take control of the situation, that's going to lower your anxiety and make you feel powerful again. So that is tip number 2, is to come up with a game plan on how to deal with people that actually trigger your anxiety. The third one is make a goal. So when you're experiencing anxiety, you do not want that to be a permanent thing. And if you let it, it will become a permanent thing that you will not get over. So you want to make sure you come up with a goal. So you're going to say, well, this week I'm going to focus on breathing techniques. I know breathing techniques are amazing for anxiety, and I can make another video on different techniques on actually how to handle anxiety and breathing techniques. Another one that you could do is eating sour things like sour gummies, even lime. So if you're experiencing like panic attacks, you can come up with a game plan saying, okay, well, this week I'm going to focus on the sourness and see if that actually helps my anxiety, and if that doesn't work, then next week I'm going to try the lime. It's about process of elimination. That is tip number 3. Number 4 is to engage with the coworkers that actually make you happy. So the more that you're talking to your coworkers, the more you're actually engaging with them, it actually lowers your anxiety. So if you work somewhere where there's customer service and somebody walks up to you and you're the only person in that area, they may ask you a question and you do not know what the answer is. So that can actually trigger your anxiety by not knowing what the answer is. And you're sitting there like, okay, well, I'm the worker, I'm supposed to know what this is, I feel stupid, I don't know what this answer is. That could actually just trigger your anxiety. So if you're with somebody else, like a coworker that you really enjoy, when you get put into that situation and you're not sure, you could just look to that coworker and be like, hey, do you know where this item is, or do you know how to help this customer out? It completely eliminates anxiety when you have another person to have your back just in case you don't know what the answer is. So I recommend to lean on your good coworkers, and also if you feel comfortable letting them know, let them know. Say like, hey, I get anxiety when people come up to me asking me questions because I may not know the answer. They can actually make sure that they're around you when like a customer walks up. So like if they see a customer walking towards you, they can be like, hold up, let me go and make sure this person's all right, let me help them out. So coworkers are amazing on making sure you lower your anxiety. Okay, the 5th tip is something that you could try once you've tried all 4 and it is still affecting your job, but you want to continue working, but you feel like management might not be understanding what's going on. So the 5th tip is going to bring it up to your manager. Just let the manager know like, hey, I'm doing the best I can do every single day. I want you to know that I experience anxiety and this is how it affects me. And I want you to know that I am working on creating goals on how to overcome this. Letting your manager know about how you feel and that you're not trying to stay there and you're trying to make goals will let them know like, hey, I'm going to give them a break sometimes. So if you're in a situation where your manager's always being like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, but you know that's what's going to make your anxiety worse, you might as well just mention it to them and be like, hey, I can't do it now, I'm going to work on it. That's all I can ask for. I just want you to know I'm doing the best I can. So that's the 5th tip, is to let your manager know how your anxiety affects you, but you're not planning on letting that affect you for a lifetime. You just want some time to just figure out how to overcome this obstacle in your work. So that's the 5th tip. So I hope you guys really enjoyed those 5 tips that I gave you on how to handle anxiety at work. So if you guys enjoyed that, make sure you guys hit that subscription button and the notification bell to get notified of every single video that I post on YouTube. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and comment down below which one of the 5 tips you think is going to help you the best. So until next time, I'll see you next time.